This, due to a couple things that I have going on with my brain, I have a degenerative brain disease I caught 2 years ago that scarred my brain. So I couldn't think quick enough or remember my job well enough at Pierce Manufacturing anymore. And then I inherited a disease from my father that killed 2 of my brothers already. And I have that disease. It's a degenerative disease called Huntington's. And I only have a few years left of normal activity, and maybe even by the time I get this race car done, I might not even be able to drive it, how quick this is coming on. So I'm in kind of a hurry to get the car done so I can at least make a pass in it, trying to. How long my racing career will be, how long can I mentally be able to do it, but with that degenerative brain disease, there is no cure, and it's just a matter of living my life as best I can before it happens to me. So bad that I can't do anything. So that is my reason for retiring and for this last car being so important to me, and the convertible, because the wife and I get together and that's what we're going to do, car shows, and we haven't been to a car show yet this year, but we've taken it golfing and just driving around for a whole day, and my dad always fixed cars, and as a kid, I remember standing on a chair to help him fix the cars. Nobody else in my family liked to, so since I was this tall, I just liked turning wrenches, and my dad taught me everything. And my very first race car, me and my dad had a project car together on that, and so I just kind of inherited my mechanical abilities from my father. So it was a '69 Nova. 2-door that I initially had painted for my brother Jeff, and it was his car, and he's like, "Dan, when I can get a brand new Trans Am," so this was 1978, he's like, "You can have my Nova when I get a new car," because he was older than me and he was working. So I inherited the Nova, so that was my first car. So it had a hood scoop on it and big fat tires, 50s hanging out the back, air shocks and everything that we did back in the 70s. I painted it green with big silver and gold metal flakes in the 70s. There were metal flakes were big, so people just loved that metal flake. So did I, but nobody anymore. I worked 33 years at Pierce Manufacturing. I became a supervisor for the last 15 years. I was directly involved with the shop floor because it was custom built fire trucks, but I was a supervisor at the same thing, so I liked that job. I was still involved in that part of, besides the people, I was still involved in building the product. So really, really happy with my job there. So I had a rear engine dragster that I built myself, and I won the national championship with it at a race, and I won a lot of money with it. So the next year I got second place at that same race, 600 cars there, and I took first place. So pretty happy with that, with a car that I totally built from scratch with my own design. So people started asking me to build cars. Other than that, I like building my own engines. That's where you take a lot of pride in putting something together and your own ideas for creating horsepower, just like the chassis, my ideas. Right now I have a 1962 Impala, and 62 is the year I was born. It's a convertible, and my wife always wanted a convertible, and so I thought, I want something unique. I never built a 409 engine before, so I found this car that originally had a 409 engine in it. We drove all the way out to Nebraska, what was that? That we picked up a 409 engine that I rebuilt and put in it. And as long as I was doing it, I thought I'd do it right, so I built a rotisserie and I painted every part individually on this car and painted the underside of the car as nice and shiny as the top. Maybe I'm a little crazy. I won't do it again either, but at least I can say I did it. So it's really, really an ultimate show car, but we built it to drive. So we put a couple thousand miles on it already, and she loves driving it. She loves her everybody that's ridden in a convertible, it's just an awesome thing to ride in that old car with newer type of upgrades done to it, and drive it down the road, and just I never drove on a circle track before. I don't live very far from Elkhart Lake, so if we can get there, I'm really excited about that. So my wife is now got vacation on the day, so she's coming along for the weekend. So this is really a big thing. Yeah, I've been a drag racer. I haven't been a circle track racer, but I enjoy circle track racing too. I mean, last Thursday night I went to the stock car races. So I just if it's a car with wheels and an engine and makes power, I dig it. Yeah, you got to take it a little easy around the corners with this thing, but I didn't build it for cornering, but we just drive it. It's a driver, so.
All of the project cars he had done, I wanted one for me. I said it had to be big enough to hold my golf clubs and my suitcases, because I'm not a pack lighter, I'm not a light packer, and we just wanted to go. I want to be able to just take off. My dream is to someday just jump in the car and follow a path where it's always 70 degrees. So we're going to start in Wisconsin, like drive up to Alaska in the summer, drive down along the southern coast or whatever during the winter, and just, I don't know, see everything there is to see in the United States and play as many golf courses as we can, because that is my passion. I like to golf. My time together with Dan. It's so great just to see him smile. I like to watch him show off the car. I like to watch him, explain to people how it went together, the fact that he did it all himself. I think artistry is in his blood. His mom was an artist, and I think what she did with paint and wire and sculpture, he does with metal and motors. So that's his artwork. I like cars. I'm not into racing as much as Dan is, but I sure do enjoy jumping into the convertible and going for a ride. There's a reason when you look in the interior of the car, there's that grab handle in the front seat. Yes, because once we get up to speed, he likes to go fast. I like to enjoy the scenery. So I'm hanging on like this, going, yeah, no. Fast. I don't have to go fast. I just like to enjoy it. Dan built it. It's a memory that I'll always have when I don't have Dan anymore. It's something for us to do together. We have a lot of, I hope we have a lot of time left where it can be just the two of us and travel the world. I don't know.